Yeah, you'll need your Dasani, Powerade and Minute Maid to get you through the NBA playoffs. It will be breathtaking. Yeah, basketball time, the most important part of any basketball fan's year, is finally here. The NBA playoffs began on Sunday, and as per usual, it served up some tantalizing matchups. However, one matchup stood out. Los Angeles Lakers traveling to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. We have highlights.
One of the Western Conference Series between the number 7 seed LA Lakers and the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies. That means it's LeBron and AD versus Ja Morant, who's hyped for the postseason. Early on, Lakers running. LeBron pushing the ball up the floor into the lane and finishes at the rim. At the other end, Jaren Jackson Jr. gets the pass and he finishes strong. More from King James along the baseline. Underneath, reverse lay-in, good. LeBron turns it over. Memphis running. Morant doing some jaw work. More from the Grizz. Desmond Bain step back 3, got it. And Memphis is up 2. Austin Reeves, no. Anthony Davis battling for the board, loses the ball, and you can see him grab his arm. Watch again, AD attacks the glass, gets the board, and then clearly grabs at his right arm. And you can see as he turns to the LA bench, he says, "Can't move my arm." AD would leave the game. Meanwhile, Ja Morant, quickness in the lane, 2, got it. And the Grizzlies leading 65-59 at the half. Third quarter, look who's back. AD. Not only can he feel his arm, it's feeling good. Baseline turnaround jumper, good. And then at the other end, AD gets the steal, gets the Lakers running. Watch the big man move up the floor, gets it back and throws it down. Anthony Davis, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 7 blocks. Meanwhile, Rui Hachimura having himself a game in his Lakers playoff debut. First the 3, then the strong finish. And Hachimura isn't done. Look at him backing his way in, the post up. Hachimura, 29 points in the game. LA leading 102-101. Now it's 105-101. Ja Morant drives and he goes down hard. Anthony Davis takes the charge, but watch Ja Morant as he lands on both hands. Clearly suffers a hand injury on the landing. Morant, when he gets up, holding his right hand, would have to leave to the locker room and would not return. LeBron James knocks down the 3. The Lakers lead is 7. Grizzlies without Morant come back. Jaren Jackson Jr. for 3. It's a 1-point game, but Austin Reeves comes up big in the clutch. First the 3, and more from Austin Reeves. In the lane, stops, he hits, ends up with 23 points, and he says, "I'm him." The Lakers steal home court advantage, taking game 1 over the Grizzlies, 128-112.
Yeah, that was really good. Sunday afternoon at television, and that visual will last in the memory for some time. I am him. Our NBA expert, Alistair Albert, joins us. Alistair, interest everywhere, but the Lakers and their role players stepping up. All right.
Lakers and their role players stepping up. You know, this is...
Go right ahead, Alistair.
All right, sorry. Yeah, Lakers and the role players are stepping up. You know, they're playing well. You know, this is a team who's had, you know, a tremendous season since, you know, the trade has happened in the middle of the season. They went 18-9, the best record in the West since, you know, that trade has happened. And, you know, these guys have just built a level of chemistry. And I think the Lakers right now, what I'm trying to say as an analogy, they played the best game of snakes and ladders for this whole season. You know, they've been up, they've been down, they've been everywhere. And they're at the point right now where they're just continue to rise this ladder. And, you know, they're playing against an opponent who's got severely injured, you know, guys who are out of the lineup and guys who get injured during the game. And, you know, it's right now in a position where the Lakers can kind of, you know, take advantage of that. But, yeah, it's nice to see guys like Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves just continue the strong play that they've had from the second part of the season. And, you know, proving their worth. You know, Austin Reeves right now is playing for a contract extension. and he's playing out of his mind right now. So yeah, it's really good to see the role players stepping up, and they're going to give Lakers a really good shot at advancing in this playoffs.
You know, Alistair, a lot of individuals will talk about Hachimura's performance, and indeed it was fantastic, 29 points. But I was most impressed with Austin Reeves, because when it got clutch at the back end of that that game, he couldn't miss. He just would not miss. And at a point of the game where it could have gone either way, he was the one who stepped up big and got the win for the Lakers.
It's really good to see when guys take opportunities. And I think what we saw with Austin Reeves throughout this whole season was when LeBron was injured, when AD was injured, he stepped into a lineup where he got the opportunities to kind of make those mistakes and kind of learn from those mistakes as well. So he's built a level of confidence, and he knows, he has nothing to lose. All the pressure is on LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They're the Hall of Famers. They're the top 75 of all-time great players. He just needs to come in and play his role and play confidently. And as he's managed to get those reps, he's managed to find a spot for himself where he can continue to produce. And, he's just taking advantage of that. And that's really good. And so, like you said, in that summary, what will live on is that I'm him, proclamation. And, hopefully he could continue that as the playoffs go on and continues to build this little cult following that he has right now.
Yeah, absolutely priceless. LeBron on the court, and you're saying, I am him, when King James is on the court with you. Ja Morant got injured late in that game. How much do you think that changed the complexion of the encounter?
Ja Morant is like the heart and soul of this team. We saw what kind of happened with him when he had this little incident with the gun issue at the club. The team was able to kind of rally around and do what they needed to do and kind of had a good enough record. Tyus Jones came in and everyone says, he's probably like the best backup point guard in the league right now. And, he played creditably, and, he was able to kind of lift the team on during that time Ja was there. But, his absence in the playoffs is just like another blow. You have Steven Adams out, you have Brandon Clark out, and then to see your star player go down, that horrifically hurting and kind of just screaming out in pain, it kind of messes with the psyche of your team. So I'm not sure how they will be able to recover from this. They have said that he's really doubtful to play in Game 2. He's going to continue to get treatment, and we'll see what happens from there. But if he's unable to play, the Grizzlies have no chance. I don't believe so at all.
Well, that sounds like good news to my ears, although I would love to see Lakers beat the Grizzlies with Ja Morant in the setup. I don't want them to beat a weakened Memphis team. But either way, the Lakers will win. Now, the reigning NBA champions also had their opening playoff game on the road. The Golden State Warriors making the trek to Sacramento to face the Kings, who were in their first playoff series since 2004.
A Northern California battle in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. The Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. And look who's back for the Dubs. Andrew Wiggins getting some pregame advice from Jordan Poole. Wiggins pulls up top of the key, and he looks right back in the flow of things. Poole finds Wiggins for the layup inside. Wiggins had 17 points in the game. Second quarter. Nice ball movement for Golden State. Steph Curry for three. And then Klay Thompson in the corner. He has it. Golden State leading 53-49. At the other end, Malik Monk drives. Strong finish. 15 points in the second quarter for Monk. Into the third quarter. De'Aaron Fox hangs, hits the leaner, and then Fox. Oh, off the bounce. Great move. Stop. Two more. Fox had 14 points in the third. Malik Monk having a big game. Nice finish inside. Monk, 32 points. Kings up one. Steph Curry. Top of the key. Three-pointer. Got it. 105-103 Golden State. The other end, De'Aaron Fox. His three-pointer. That's for the lead, 110-108. Klay Thompson, under 5 minutes to go. Gets the lead right back for Sacramento, 111-110. How about De'Aaron Fox? 38 points in the game. And then Fox finds Domantas Sabonis inside. Sacramento up 5 with 3 minutes left. 119-114. Steph Curry. Finishes with the left hand. He had 30, and the Warriors are back within 1. 2.9 seconds left. Trailing by 3. Steph Curry, the runner for 3 and the tie. No good. And Sacramento back in the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. The Beam team gets it done in game 1. 126-123 over the Warriors.
Yeah, just another fantastic game there to get the playoffs on the way in the NBA. And yeah, the Kings ruling over the Warriors. Alistair, trouble brewing for the Dubs?
I don't think so. I think, they're in a position where they could kind of learn from what happened in this game. If you look at the statistics and everything, they took 55% of their shots from three-point line, and they only made 32%. They didn't make a lot of their shots, which is a little bit uncharacteristic for them, having, the two best backcourt shooters, the game has ever seen. They've had 31 assists to the Kings' 18, so they moved the ball around really well despite, not, coming up with the win at the end of it. And I think, it kind of shows right there, if, they just make a few more shots that they're probably a little bit used to, they'll probably have a chance. I still think the Warriors could pull this series out. I actually think it might go the distance. But the Kings have shown really well. The Kings team, despite a lot of people's, thinking that they'll be the weakest link, they're probably the worst team for the Warriors to play in this first round because they have Mike Brown, who's really familiar with their system. Harrison Barnes won a championship with them, so know these guys and how they play really well. And, Sabonis is like a guy who doesn't get enough credit, a really underrated center who's almost averaging a triple-double himself. He's really impactful, on the inside. So I think, the Kings will give them quite a lot of trouble. If they pull off this series, this will be really historic, I think, even if they're the third seed. But I think the Warriors can regroup from this. They're ready to defend their championship, and I think they'll come out to the end of this, I think.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox, 38 points, a playoff debut record for him. How good was he for Sacramento?
Lovely to see how he did, and Malik Monk. John Calipari, the Kentucky coach, must be so happy and must be really proud of his boys right there. They came out and they played scintillating basketball. De'Aaron Fox is in the top 2 in the fourth quarter, clutch scoring, and he just continued along with that production and that output, in his first playoff game. And yeah, he gave the guys quite a lot of trouble. I think the Warriors and Steve Kerr will go back to the tape and see how best they could trap him and get the ball out of his hands, and just play a lot of deny basketball with him, and kind of make it hard in the next set of games. So let's see if he can do it in the next set of games for sure. If he can, the Warriors are going to be in for a long first round series.
Yeah, already setting up to be fantastic. Thanks very much, Alistair, for joining us, and we'll be chatting a lot more throughout the course of the playoffs for sure.
Later, guys. No problem.
All right, Alistair Albert there, our NBA analyst. Before we go, a reminder that the NBA playoffs live on your home of champions tonight with 2 massive game 2s on show. First up, the 76ers looking to go 2-up over the Nets, and then the defending champs Warriors looking to even the series against the resurgent Kings. Don't miss it, live on your home of champions, Sportsmax. Stay with us, more to come.